Hi, I'm Seek, and I made Seek's cool Deltarune mod. Statistically speaking, you know me because of that, and you most likely have noticed a sudden decline in how often I update the damn thing. Well, that, my friends, is because I'm... But, again, statistically speaking, you don't care about any of that. You're here because you want to know the juicy secrets, you want to get to see early versions of stuff and scrapped songs, and that's why I'm making this video. I just want to sit back, relax, and try out something new for once. There's lots of little details and things from this mod that I felt was worth making a video about, so let's— oh sh! The mod actually started as a one-shot, and it was called Rouxls Kaard. The only songs were Chips Ahoyeth and the secret, yet not very secret anymore, Showstopping. Back then it was more of a little secret song in free play based on the theories at the time that this character called Mike was going to be the big bad of chapter 3 and was going to be like a Metaton ripoff. Whether that's actually likely or not is debatable, but I just wanted to add like a little extra thing that people wouldn't expect. Honestly, that's my go-to for every update. The reason so many songs in this mod feel a bit random are because I always try to add something obscure that like not everyone will know about. About the actual song, Chips Ahoyeth started as a random idea I got before I was going to sleep. I just randomly went to my friend Retrosity's DMs like, oh my god, I just had the best idea.
I'm assuming you might need vocals to make a chromatic out of?
Yes. So Revtrosity, being the legend that he is, delivered the lines immediately on the next day. As for Rouxls' vocals, it's from another friend of mine, Omnidapt. Originally, this chromatic was meant for a continuation of another mod called Versus Looney Queen, but the mod got very little attention, so ultimately I decided to scrap the update it was meant to have. However, I reused the chromatic and it fit perfectly. Not only that, but the boyfriend sprite that can be seen in the mod also comes from Versus Looney Queen. And not only did the voice fit Rouxls, but the exact same chromatic was used for Mike in Showstopping. To this day, I haven't seen anyone mention it, which means I probably did a good job of just adding a shit ton of effects to the point it sounds different. Also, no one really noticed before, but Mike's laugh is sampled from a Jarvis Johnson video.
Tickets to the big hip-hop concert.
The big hip-hop concert.
Also, one more thing, and I plan to re-add this in the next update with the help of a friend I'll mention later, but Mike was supposed to have a special animation for zapping Chris with his controller. The only reason I never added this is because I couldn't get it to work. But it's being re-implemented soon to work properly, so yay! But anyway, seeing how well the mod was received and how much fun I had making it, I decided to continue adding updates onto it. This is the part where we go and talk about every single song in this goddamn mod. So let's not waste more time. Actually, let's waste some time. Around this time I almost branched into Undertale songs as well, but I was struggling too much with a Metaton song and so I gave up. Though, honestly, I might come back to that idea at some point. Maybe if this video does well, you know what I'm saying? This song is still one of my favorites. Once again, I had Revtrosity come in clutch with the voice of Sham, and the background was made by my friend Nick. He actually did a good chunk of the backgrounds in the mod. He also did the Spamton background, which is just amazing all around as well. The curious part about this one is that Jevils' vocals are actually sampled from Camilo from Encanto, especially his section in We Don't Talk About It.
Yeah, he sees your
I couldn't even finish my sentence. That scared me. That actually scared me a little bit. It was so sudden. I need to time these clips better. I'm sure 90% of people know this, but just in case you don't, once you play Showstopping, there's a very low chance of you getting the song called Man instead, which is a secret based on the Egg Tree runes in Deltarune. This is, again, one of my favorites in the whole mod. For the voices, Lancer's voiced by my friend Whespir. This is yet another case of me just reusing chromatics, because this chromatic was recorded for a collector mod, the one from the Owl House. I just never ended up finishing that because I couldn't get Emperor Bellows' voice right. Man whispers too much. Susie's voice was sampled off of Jasper from Steven Universe, as many people have noticed and pointed out. Good ears, you guys. The funniest part is that for Susie's chromatic, I sampled this one clip where Jasper's voice actress was telling a story about her buying a refrigerator.
You can't have that refrigerator. I was like, well, I could go to another, the one I wanted. I could go to another stairs. No, you can't have that. No. Stop singing! Stop singing!
If you're a part of the people that have no idea what the song is about, let me clear it up for you. Thesperus is an original character I made on what I believe Chapter 3's secret boss will be. They used to be a famous actor in the Dark World, but they sold the rights to their smile to Mike, thus falling into obscurity soon after. The player would then supposedly have to fight Mike's lawyer to get Thesperus their smile back. My friend Nick also helped me design Thesperus, so shout out to Nick once again. I had my friend Onion chime in for this one, and holy shit, her voice is amazing. Another case of me reusing vocals, by the way, as she originally voiced herself in Versus Looney Queen, the mod that I mentioned earlier. Come on, try to keep up.
Shit. You want more cry? I can cry more if you want.
But what makes her voice stand out in FNF is the fact that it basically has no autotune in it. At the time I was making that mod, I didn't know how to tune voices properly, so what happened is that she manually recorded each and every note on the chromatic scale. Finally, I have a reason to address that because that's such a fun little factoid that I'm sure no one knows about. Anyway, here's some secret leitmotifs in the song, since Thesperus' whole gimmick is mimicking people. Alright, this is the one you've been waiting for. I'm willing to bet there's someone who skipped the whole video just to get here. Yeah, I'm talking to you, James. People named James are gonna tremble in their boots with this one. I got Juno Songs to voice Spamton in this song, and man, did that guy kill it. If you haven't seen his Big Shot with Lyrics video, you should. The whole vibe in Hyperlink is very inspired by that video, and it references it a couple times.
Now here's a chance to be a big shot. Get bucks into my brain, you can call it brain rot. Tuck my phone back from that rod too. Earthquakes and thunderstorms, they're slashing through. Deal or no deal.
This is by far the song that most people liked, and probably how a lot of people found the mod in the first place, and I'm glad they did. I'm not gonna get sentimental yet, that's what the end of the video is for, but I'm glad Spamton was the key to my success. I owe my life to this little shit. For his vocals, I tried doing a lot of like inserts with varied samples to emulate his speech in the game. I tried cramming as many references as I could in this.
And thunderstorms, they're slashing through. Deal or no deal.
Now I know y'all were excited to hear this one, but honestly this is one of the few songs that I wasn't expecting people to like that much. I think I could have done a better job at the instrumental, but we'll get to that. There's still a lot more spam tint to come in this video. This song. I'm not gonna lie, this song makes me actually emotional. This was the golden age of the mod. It was at its peak in popularity, and I'm really grateful for everything this mod did for me. As silly as it sounds, this mod genuinely changed my life and got me to meet so many cool people. This was the first time something I made was being played and like engaged with. I got to see so many people's reactions to something I made. Comments on a YouTube video were one thing, but seeing people play the mod and enjoying it and praising it was just a magical feeling. A feeling that sparked so much inspiration in me. This is what made me realize that's what I want. Making things that people can play and make their own content on top of it. This mod was by far one of my favorite things I ever did on this channel. Anyway, I'm getting too sentimental. 80% of you do not care about my backstory, but this is my video, so I get to do what I want. This song is just one long reprise of everyone you've fought so far. It's a culmination of everything you've learned and a celebration of this lovely mod that I had so much fun making and so much fun seeing people play. It's a love letter to Toby Fox and all of you who played it. Also, this is where the mod's lore begins. Yeah, there's lore. I won't tell you what it is, you have to figure it out. And yes, I made it a PNG because there's no way in hell I was gonna code in so many characters in a single song. Which is why I'm now using this video to shout out this mod of my mod by RayK, who made the song not a single image anymore. If you haven't seen it, you should. It's all stars, but better. I actually got them to help me with some coding on the next update, so thank you RayK, you're the GOAT. Did someone say Revtrosity? Yeah, I said Revtrosity. A good few times. He's back again, voicing Vinny the Vessel.
Also, a sidebar from me, personally, Seek is the only person in the FNF community I've worked with who knew what they were talking about with chromatics. In the past, I've had people just be like,
oh, just make vowel sounds.
And I'm like, okay, and it just turns into shit. Meanwhile, Seek gave me really good instructions and was the first person to make me actually sound good with chromatics, so go Seek.
He's back again, voicing Vinny the Vessel that you guys created. At the time, I made like a series of community posts giving you guys options on how Vinny would look like in the mod, and you guys decided all of it, including his name, Vinny. Don't ask me how the comments somehow reached an agreement on that, but it happened. The song was inspired by this one fan track called Take Me With You. I basically wanted it to feel melancholic and strange. There's not much to be noted in this song, to be honest. The fun part about it was making the community posts and, you know, letting people design the vessel. That's the gimmick here. Also, there's lore, but I won't tell you what it is. Starwalker is the original Starwalker. He deserved a good song, and he deserved a very, very difficult song. I'm surprised there were even people who cleared this one, honestly, especially in the Starwalker difficulty. Fun fact.
I'm
made it fucking say it's the original Starwalker. What the f?
Toby Fox composed the greatest soy babies. On lhe describe o bingo esse stamp adventure sunt fonchang the outdate do Kaard Pro o VST from 2009 ficou da lida das cartas ao bingoide. After ele find all the extreme hidden canyons. Reference to JRPG Maximum Sequel from 1993. That's never illustrated sediado da Pan and top to one Mary PC in the Shongusu.
This song almost got scrapped, and as you'll see, this will be a recurring theme with a few of the songs from this point onwards. What happened is that at this point I was switching phones, and so I lost a lot of the music files that I once had, and that is why the song doesn't have an instrumental track separate from the vocals. The song isn't even complete actually, but I had to use this version because I lost the original file and I didn't want to just remake all of it. Susie falls asleep mid-song a couple times in reference to chapter 1, where you gotta sing her a lullaby to keep her asleep while you befriend Lancer. In this update, I really wanted to have a K-Round song as well, but I lost that song at a much earlier state and couldn't recover it, so I scrapped it out of frustration. Might still remake it though, it's been a while. Also, yes, I know Rouxls is supposed to have his Oh, this is a fun one. I actually reached out to fellow FNF YouTuber UniqueGeese to voice Noober in this one. What's funny about it is that now you guys probably know him as the goddamn creator of Indigo Park. Yeah, the guy who voices Noobert in my silly mod is now the developer of a massive indie game. Isn't that cool? So proud of that guy. Shout out to UniqueGeese and shout out to Indigo Park. You should go play chapter 1. It's free on Steam. I made music for it, so if you're here, you might as well check it out. It's good!
Yo, Chad, did you notice something in that last song? Just out of curiosity. I voiced Noobert, bro! That was me! That was me! I'm Noobert! Everybody loves me! Wild, bro. That was so fun. I'm glad that Seek got me in on that.
Also, fun fact about this one, the instrumentals actually have secret lyrics. I haven't seen anyone ever talk about that, so here it is. This is actually a reference to another FNF song called Brotherly Rivalry, where it's Marion. But yeah, I just sampled their in-game voices to make their vocals, and I think it turned out alright. This song is everything I wanted Hyperlink to be. I played around with the vocals a lot more, I made the instrumental a lot cleaner. I actually sampled a bunch of really old commercials to make some of the sections.
Look, here is the new Band-Aid plastic strip with new Super Stick. And the Remington is so powerful, bristles tougher than any beard. Watch it again in slow motion. Watch it again. Tougher than any beard. The amazing big shot right here. Remember the offer you always wanted. They never have to have everything you always wanted. $3.99. Now's your chance to...
This is meant to take place in Snowgrave, so I gave you a limited healing as a replacement for Rouxls' healing mechanic in Hyperlink. Oh god, I'm gonna have to detour to talk about the mechanics now. Chips Ahoyeth, a duck obscures your view. Showstopping, you gotta press shield notes to avoid attacks. In my way, Susie attacks you and depletes your HP. Ragdoll Chaos, your notes spin around and occasionally this carousel is obstructing the view. Fun fact, there's a low chance that one of these carousels is every man. Smile Word, Rouxls has a healing mechanic where you build up TP by pressing notes and you can use it to heal your HP to stop the health drain caused by fast rest. Shoutouts to Remi for revamping the code to make it much better in the newer versions. You are the best. In the hard difficulty, there's also ribbon notes that cover the screen when you hit. Hyperlink, there's spam notes that cover your screen with pop-ups. Goner, there's some notes that blend into the background, I don't know. Proceed, your health drains because of Noel's thorn ring. Okay, that's all the mechanics. You're caught up now. Here's some references in the song. This is the only song in this mod that is a direct cover of another mod. It's a cover of Lore by QEquest. I try to make a Deltarune equivalent by including a bunch of Deltarune theorists fighting Gaster. You might recognize them as the Delta Cast, which was a podcast that was hosted shortly after the Spamton sweepstakes, where they discussed everything that went down, basically.
But in the end, he always listened to a smoking hot ass now. Like, what do we make of that one? But really, what does a smoking hot ass refer to? Is that just Queen? Is that how Spamton refers to the Queen?
Yeah, I think it's just implying that she has a really hot ass.
Canon.
And because PCs get hot, I guess. Also because degeneracy.
Queen also win the number what Tumblr sexy women poll on Twitter.
I didn't check that.
Did she? Was that canon though? Because,
this was my way of giving them a little shout out. In case any of you guys are seeing this, you're the best. I'm really proud of the voices of this one. I voiced Birdly shortly after buying a new microphone, same microphone that I'm using right now, so I was over the moon when I realized I could just make a voice for him. As for Noelle's voice, I actually reached out to my friend Arcy, and he killed it with a voice. I don't know what about it, but Noelle's chromatic just sounds so fitting, terrified, and haunting in this song. Also, shoutouts to Arcy. He remade a bunch of the songs in VR chat. It was very fun. And fun fact, the health bar goes down on its own in this song, specifically down to 0.55 HP, which is a reference to how in Deltarune, Noelle's health depletes down to 55 HP exactly when she's wearing the Thorn Ring. This is it. The last one. Of course, the mod isn't over or anything. I plan to make more at some point, but this is the last song in the timeline of the mod. It finishes Boyfriend's little overarching story where he fucked up the prophecy so hard that Gaster himself came out to end the world. The end was by far the most complicated song to make. There are so many animations and events and different phases that got overwhelming really quick. This is also another song that was almost scrapped. I made it around the same time that I made Thrashed, but I lost the files in the same way, which means that the song isn't complete either. Back to the plot, Boyfriend comes face to face with Gaster and things don't turn out well for him. However, Chris and Susie step in to fight back Gaster, who, may I remind you, is still trying to cause the roaring and destroy the world. Susie and Chris both die, and Gaster has one last chat with Boyfriend through his lyrics segment, before ending it all for good. You know, this was a really fun ride, this whole thing. I will admit, near the last few updates I've been a bit burnt out, overwhelmed. I still am, honestly. I've been stuck trying to come up with new things to add, but I keep being overly critical of myself and I feel like I haven't been hitting as hard as I used to. But it's still fun. I'm hoping to let go of this anxiety I have and just try to make some stuff for fun, you know, like it was in the beginning. Back when I just made a Mike song, or a Jevil song, or fucking Skuntle Bingoid, or whatever. Back then I was just having fun, and clearly that's what resonated the most with people. I don't have to one-up myself all the time. Who knows, maybe this inspires me to work on another update. See you around, and thanks for watching. It means a lot. Oh, you're here still. Do you want more? Fine, I guess I can show you some teasers or something. Here you go.
Built up from grace, but with me like fallen angels. I never sold my soul to the devil. Will I ever smile again? Is there still hope for a god like me? Is this how it'll be?
Fuck you.